So, welcome to the JoleneCoda Twitch streaming emporium. We're doing a bit of a different thing today. I'm gonna be talking and singing. And a lot of this came from me having thoughts about my experience with martial arts. And this video is probably going to be up there titled like How Martial Arts Taught Me Consent. Because this is a thing I've been thinking about a lot. How the fucking alpha males use martial arts as this hyper-masculine thing, which it isn't. At least it hasn't been for me. We'll be talking about that. I'll be sprinkling stories of my time with it alongside playing music, because those have been the two primary things in my life. So we'll get in here. I'll be playing some select songs from the song list. Someone's in chat and wants something from the song list, they'll hit me up and we'll probably weave that in. So, let's get singing. Lo, just a gala night within the lonesome latter years, an angel from the wing pit died in veils and drowned in tears, fit in a theater to see a play of hopes and fears, while the orchestra breathes fitfully the music of the spheres. Mimes in the form of God and high they mutter and mumble low and hither and thither fly mere puppets they who come and go at the bidding of vast formless things that shift the scenery to and fro, flapping from out their condor wings, invisible bow. That motley drama, oh be sure it shall not be forgot, with its phantom chased forevermore by a crowd, ceasing not through a circle that ever returneth into the self-same spot, and much of madness and more of sin and horror, the soul of the plot. But see, amid the mimic crowd, a crawling shape intrude, a blood-red thing that rise from out the scenic solitude. It rives with mortal pangs. Minds become its food, and seraphs sob at vermin fangs in human gore imbued. Out, the lights are all and over, squirring from the curtain. A funeral pall comes down with the rush of a storm, while the angels, all pallid and van, are rising, unveiling affirmed that the play is the tragedy man and its hero, the conqueror worm. You may be able to tell from my choice of music, The Conqueror Worm by Aurelio Voltaire, that I was a weird kid growing up. I was always bullied. I got into fights because I was an autistic trans person with ADHD who didn't know that, right? I grew up not great. Like, there were a lot of issues, and I felt comfortable two places. In my guitar teacher's room, where we practiced at my school, and on the mats at my Ju-Jitsu gym. And I strived there. And It's weird. I actually talked to my guitar teacher a couple of years into me doing Ju-Jitsu, and I mentioned it to her, and she did that when she was young as well. And that was a very sweet bonding moment. But I started doing Ju-Jitsu because I got bullied and got into fights. And my father thought that would be a good thing for me to do so I could learn to fight. Which technically that did happen and that worked, but I don't think that's the main benefit I got from it. I got a lot of other mental benefits that have made me a very happier person. And actually, what inspired me was my aunt, who actually got higher graduated than my father and my uncle, who also did martial arts as kids. They did karate specifically. And it wasn't the big, strong men who could fight that inspired me. It was the like skinny woman who could. That fascinated me. So a girl in my class had started doing jiu-jitsu and was talking about it at school, and they were taking in new students, and me and a friend joined in. And that like set my life on a path that really helped shape me positively. Discovering myself and how I learn and how I am around people. And I really, really appreciate that now that I'm back practicing jiu-jitsu. It's a thing that I really miss. I was supposed to go to training today. It starts in 30 minutes. Well, no. It starts in 1.5 hours, but I'm always there like an hour early because I have severe anxiety. But I didn't have the energy due to therapy today. But a lot of thoughts like put me here. Because I always intuitively understood consent. Because that is one of the things we learned, fighting. And yeah, we'll talk about that a bit after this next song, called Autoclave by the Mountain Goats. A song that I absolutely adore. Hand me your hand, let me look in your eyes, as my last chance to feel human begins to vaporize. Maybe it's the heat in here, maybe it's the pressure. You are the head for the exits. The sooner the better. I am this great, unstable mass of blood and foam, but no one in her right mind would make my home her home. My heart's an autoclave. My heart's an autoclave. When I try to open up to you, I get completely lost. Houses swallowed by the earth, windows thick with frost. And I reach deep down within, but the pathways twist and turn, and there's no light anywhere, and nothing left to burn. And I am this great, unstable mass of blood and foam, and no emotion that's worth having can call my heart its home. My heart's an autoclave. My heart's an autoclave. I dreamt that I was perched atop a throne of human skulls. On a cliff above the ocean, howling wind and shrieking seagulls. And the dream went on forever, one single static frame. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And I am this great, unstable mass of blood and foam. And no one in her right mind would make her home my home. My heart autoclave. My heart's an autoclave. At my Jiu-Jitsu club, as far as I know, Jiu-Jitsu is not often practiced as a sport. And usually as a self-defense system. That is at least how we do it at my gym, the one I grew up with. Where training sessions are usually composed of a short warm-up where we do some running, some like push-ups, sit-ups, whatever. Warm-up, joints, so we're ready to train. Then we practice our ukemi or falling techniques. So how do you get thrown and not get hurt, right? How to do that reliably. And that's a crucial thing to learn. So we practice that every time, just to make sure that it's always in there. And then we go off into pairs. And usually with someone at the same rank as you, who are practicing the same set of techniques. For every belt degree, there's a set of techniques you're required to understand. So defenses from different types of attacks. So someone's choking you, someone's punching you, someone's like holding your wrist, whatever. So, but it's always in pairs or like with three. What's really crucial about that? And it's a lesson that I didn't realize that was being drilled into me as I was doing it, was the idea of respecting your partner and having your own bodily autonomy. When someone is doing a joint lock on you, they do that until you clap or yourself, like, so they know how to stop, or you clap on them, and then they stop. You do that, that is your safe word. You are, like, they stop. They are done. And I actually kind of make it a point to, like, when I apply a lock, I do it until I feel them clap. Because that is my notification that it's working, right? That is me feeling, okay, that hurts. That is confirmation from the partner that, yeah, this shit hurts. It's working as intended. But also comes to throws. When you get thrown by a person a lot, you put trust in them to do it, and you trust yourself to fall properly. But you put yourself in very vulnerable positions. Again, there's a lot of locks we finish where, like, someone could just do this and break your arm easily. But they don't, because that's not the point. The point is, okay, the joint lock is here, it hurts, excellent. You trust that. You trust that when they have to, what is the English term for this? Mimic a kick. Again, we don't punch each other full force during training, because that'll hurt people. So we practice punches and stuff like full force, but not on each other, on backs. Like, you go in and you mimic that. You mimic a kick to the face, and you, like, usually whiff by 2 centimeters. or you touch, depending on how much you are comfortable with your partner and trust them and trust yourself. And when I'm like practicing with one of the black belts at my club, those strikes are being pulled last second. And I'm fine with that because I trust him as well as he trusts me. And I didn't realize this was being like put into me as like a positive thing of respecting other people and like the willingness to put your own safety in someone else's hand. And it goes counter to this masculine Andrew Tate-ish bullshit that is with martial arts about dominating someone. Your partner is there to help you improve. Back when I was doing this very regularly as a teenager, I practiced with another person who had the same degree as me. I think it started when we were like green belts. We practiced up to a blue belt, which is second Q belt degree. And we did that together. And we trusted each other. And when one of us made a mistake in practice, we would call each other out like, hey, you fucked that thing up, so that could be adjusted. And that's not how you walk into it with everyone, right? And now, especially now that as a veteran, like I have experience, it's a very responsible position to take, to like be there and train with someone who's coming in for the first or second time and practicing with them and like having to explain, hey, I'm going to put my trust in you. You do the technique. I will make sure I will be safe. Do not worry. And I think that's beautiful. There's this beautiful connection that is made between us. And I honestly kind of live for that. It's one of my favorite things to experience. And it's really hard to put into words, but it's so important to me that lesson is in there and it's pure for me, because it is not about your ego. It is about improving yourself and honing yourself. Just like what I'm doing now. I'm sitting here and I'm practicing music. And you're vulnerable. You will make mistakes. And you will fuck up. And that is part of the journey. That is part of it. And I think that's crucial for your own learning, but also weirdly for me as a person in showing vulnerability. And I came out of trains and I started back up doing Ju-Jitsu last fall. We'll talk about that after this song. She Looks to Me by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Machines to make sure here. Looks to me like heaven sent, no lullaby kid, no 5%. Anyway you wanna cut that cake, she's dying from the likes of abandonment. Lost in the valley without my horses, she needs somebody to hold. It looks to me like heaven sent this for your roughest night. She looks to me alright. Who's gonna take you home and hold you when things aren't so bright? She looks to me alright. It's a long walk down these tracks, it's a dirty walk in, it's a dirty walk back. Gonna learn all way too much, shooting dope in the back of a Cadillac Jag. Slow down the road to my back 40. She needs somebody to hold. It looks to me like heaven sent this for your roughest night. She looks to me alright. Who's gonna take you home and hold you when things aren't so bright? She looks to me alright. Bam, bam, fucking that up so bad. Down in the South Seas, give me your mouth, please. Resistation is the way I found peace. I give you makeup, you give me mine. Don't fade away like an ocean liner now. Lost in the valley without my horses. No one can tell me what my remorse is. God made this lady to stand before me. She needs somebody to hold. She shows the world up with a smile and then she throws the fight. She looks to me alright. Down on the bathroom floor, she's searching for another life. She looks to me alright. It looks to me like heaven sent this for your roughest night. She looks to me alright. Who's gonna take you home and hold you when things aren't so bright? She looks to me. I fucked that up so much. But, I don't know. That's how you learn. And one of the things I was afraid of learning was what's gonna happen once I show up at my old Jiu-Jitsu club. Because I trained starting when I was 11 years old. And I stopped when I was 19. I was there for 8 years of my life. The most formative years of any human's life, right? Like, my entire teenage years. I got an antidepressant there. I spent a lot of my life there. And I left to go to school in another town with a girlfriend I'd met there. And I missed it when I didn't have it. And I did other physical activity. I tried, but COVID kind of got in the way of most of that, as well as school. But after 6 years, I moved back home to my hometown where I grew up. And COVID lost a lot of my physical ability. I put on like 40 kilos. And I lost a lot of flexibility. I got some of that back by doing yoga for half a year. And then I started doing exercise with my mother and like a local thing with like exclusively middle-aged women in the like late 30s, mid 40s. And then me, young trans woman me. And I got some physical shape back. But I knew that wasn't what I wanted to do. I didn't just want to do like aerobics and circle training and actually that's not me. There's no goal. There's nothing to learn. There's a lot to learn, but not the kind of things that I want. And I wanted to get back to training jiu-jitsu. I really did. I missed it so much and I was so fucking afraid. Because it's fucking martial arts. It is full of men and testosterone and shit like that. And I waited a year You did just tell me, yeah. Part of what helped was having a good friend tell me to do it. But that wasn't a thing you did once. That was a thing that was told to me multiple times. And I talked with many people about it. And I did it. I wrote them. And I was like, hey, I used to train with you. This was my previous name. I missed it a lot. I have transitioned. I'm a woman. And when are you taking in new students? And the return email just said, yeah, I talked to a couple of the trainers. We're happy to have you back. It wasn't even you can start. It was just show up Tuesday. There was fucking nothing. And I showed up. And I was so fucking out of shape. I have not sweat as much. Well, I have sweat as much as that day, which has been training afterwards where I went harder. And my body got fucking ruined. I had forgotten so many things. But there was still a lot of things still stuck in my brain and my spine. And I had a talk with one of the trainers there. And one of the first things he said to me was like, you were like questioning gender and stuff like back when you were a teen, right? I was like, yeah. And he was like, I fucking knew it. Like, he was like, that didn't surprise me. Nah, you're a gay as fuck. But he also said he didn't care. He was just happy to have a blue belt back. And that feels like low-key objectifying. Like, oh, all that matters is my skill. But fuck, that was the greatest thing I've ever heard. I'm not accepted because, you know, anything outside of my abilities. And that's a fucking brilliant feeling. And I walked from there, and now I know why it was my own who inspired me to do martial arts. Because I wanted to be a woman who could fight. I didn't always know that. But I did one thing as a teen that I am forever proud of, and we'll talk about that after the next song. I'm not even sure what song I'll play. Probably something that won't make me cry. No, fuck it. Oh, there's a crunchy. Nah, I'll do that after I'm done recording this, because while that is a banger, that is not what we need right now. This is a song by my favorite musician, Aurelio Voltaire, and it is called The Last Word. And I listened to this as a suicidal teen a lot, and it kept me going. And I appreciate it a lot. What do you call it when another forces your hand? And what will they say when they find me here this way? And no, that it wasn't my dear. No, it wasn't my idea. But oh, just to see your face when you find me here this way. Now there's no time for wandering. Darkness now at my door, rapping with bony fingers. He's come to take me home. He'll envelop me in sleep wrapped in black feathery wings. But before we fly, here's my goodbye. I get the last word, I get the last laugh, as sure as the room is growing cold. They won't call it suicide, because I've got the killer's name engraved so deeply in my veins. They will call it homicide, because I've got your name so clearly carved into my wrist. The weak and the lame will find their way to escape. But why should I leave all this beauty behind and forfeit the joy in my life in the name of an enemy? I'll have the last word, I'll have the last laugh, as sure as the room is growing cold. I'll have the last word, I'll have the last laugh, as sure as your blood is running cold. Far be it for I to leave all this beauty behind. I will stay to watch you wither away. And with any luck, you may be hit by a truck, and I will remain to dance upon your grave. Oh look, can't you see how much your death means to me? Please won't you play in a busy street? Far be it for I to leave all this beauty behind. I will remain to dance upon your grave. I did one thing that, when I look back to it, I can rest easy. I have always been very nihilistic. I'm the kind of bitch who'll say there's no point in life, and I kind of mean it. So I made my home point. I wanted to affect people's life positively. I wanted to make people happy. I wanted to make people smile, do good things, make people happy they met me. And there's many ways to do that, but there's one moment that is fucking engraved in my brain. So I mentioned I started Ju-Jitsu due to a girl in my public school class who started it. When we'd had been doing it for a couple of years, we actually both I graduated at that point and actually regularly taught at the club, because we were some of the highest skilled people there. And our PE teacher for sports asked, "Hey, you do Jiu-Jitsu, could you do a class?" And me and her talked about it, and we said yeah. And PE was split up in genders for us. And for the boys, we just fucking let them into a room, taught them some basically BJJ, not even 101, 100.5, very first steps, and did some sparring and fun stuff to get the boys moving. But for the girls, I was 2 heads taller than the girl from my class, and a lot wider, and a lot stronger. And we basically did a self-defense against men class. for like sexual assault situations and shit like that. Like men grabbing your hair, like pushing you down on the ground, being on top of you. Very much focusing on poking eyes and knee strikes to the groin. And I didn't teach a single thing that day. While I was walking around, I was helping people, but I was not the main teacher. I was there to be the big, strong guy who got his ass beat and showed these girls that they could defend themselves, that it is possible to fight. And like, after like the technique was instructed, we did it again. And I was like making sure to like resist a lot, and it still worked because it's basic physics. Like, someone's trying to stretch down, strike the fucking inside of the elbow, right? It works. Stick a finger in the eye, smack them in the balls, like. And seeing this class of girls fucking light up and like feeling empowered in that knowledge was fucking sick. And even better, when we were done, the teacher was like, hey, can you do that exact class again, but for the grade below you, who's having PE next period? And we said yes and did that. So I got to skip class, which I didn't wanna, because it was math and I really wanted to do that, but I'm a nerd. But just seeing these young girls, like, getting to feel powerful and strong, it's fucking brilliant. And that's why it fucking hurts me how martial arts is treated by these fucking alpha idiots, like this masculine thing about just being strong and fighting and defeating other men. No, it's about giving power to weak people and evening the playing field. That's what's beautiful to me. That's what's beautiful about kung fu movies and Hajime no Ippo, an amazing boxing manga. It's about showing people what they can achieve and how to get there. I think that's what's fucking beautiful about martial arts. Yes, you learn how to fight, but you learn how to learn, and you learn how to teach, and you learn respect for others, and you learn to respect all teachers. As a teenage boy, some of the primary teachers on our, like, the kids team I was on back then was these 16, 17-year-old girls. A couple of years older than me. Not stronger than me, not taller than me, but better at fighting than me. And I didn't think I needed that humbling, but I think I did. Because there's something brilliant about that dichotomy. And yeah. And that's why I want to be a woman who can fight. I'll finish this video with the song I usually end my streams with, and then I'll take a short break and continue the music stream. This is a song by a Canadian band called Spirit of the West, and this song is called Home for a Rest. And I adore it. To excuse me, I'm not at my best. I've been gone for a month. I've been drunk since I left. These so-called vacations will soon be my death. I'm so sick from the drink, I need home for a rest. We arrived in December and London was cold. We stayed in the bars along Charing Cross Road. We never saw nothing but breast tabs and oak. Kept the shine on the bar with the sleeves of a coat. You'll have to excuse me, I'm not at my best. I've been gone for a week. I've been drunk since I left, and these so-called vacations will soon be my death. I'm so sick from the drink, I need home for a rest. Take me home. Euston Station, the train journey north. In the buffet car, we lurched back and forth, past old crooked dikes, through Yorkshire's green fields. We were flung into dance as the train jigged and reeled. You'll have to excuse me, I'm not at my best. I've been gone for a week. I've been drunk since I left, and these so-called vacations will soon be my death. I'm so sick from the drink, I need home for a rest. Take me home. By the light of the moon, she drift through the streets, a rare old perfume, so seductive and sweet. She'd tease us and flirt as the pubs all close down, then walk us on home and deny us around. You'll have to excuse me, I'm not at my best. I've been gone for a month. I've been drunk since I left, and these so-called vacations will soon be my death. I'm so sick from the drink, I need home for a rest. Take me home. The gas heat has empty, it's damp as a tomb. The spirits we drank are now ghosts in the room. I'm knackered again, come on sleep, take me soon. And don't lift up my head till the 12 bells at noon. You'll have to excuse me, I'm not at my best. I've been gone for a month. I've been drunk since I left, and these so-called vacations will soon be my death. I'm so sick from that drink, I need home for a rest. Take me home. Thank you for watching. Please take care.